I think there's really no substitute for one's own sense that, you make a difference in your professional life. What I would recommend is, if you don't have that, find it. Because it's really what animates, I think, so much of what we do. And I think we have to have that. I think it's certainly at the core of a feminist professional sense of oneself, is that you're making a difference. You're productive. You're making an effort to make positive change. And I don't think that the feminist endeavor survives without that kind of commitment. And I don't think everybody has to define that exactly the same way. I think it's better when people don't, because then I think the sort of sharing of those commitments and that energy is mutually reinforcing, and a lot of growth happens. But I would say, if you don't know what difference you want to make, then talk to yourself and talk to others until you do, because you really have to know that. I think that our professional creativity, and I don't think we talk enough about professional creativity. I think professional creativity really does come from inspiration. I mean, it really comes from what it is that we're doing it for. We could all be better paid doing something else with the expertise that we have about language and how words work in the world and how they change people's minds and their actions. And we could all be selling what we know for a lot more money than this. So why are we doing it? We're doing it because we think it really matters. We think words matter, and we think that teaching our students and having conversations in which they realize that too, we think that's what's really important. That's why I'm doing it. And there's a politics there. And it is a feminist politics, but it's also a kind of sense of and it's also a sense of the kind of conversations we need to be having about words, in a very complicated democracy, a very complicated world that we find ourselves in, and that, if we don't feel like we have a role there, then we ought to go do something else. So I wouldn't want to put it negatively. I'd just say, why are you in this? Why are you attracted to this field? Right? It's pulling you into this field, right? Be as aware of that and self-conscious as you can, because that's what's going to inspire your teaching, and that's going to inspire your work.